We are back in Anime Kingdom, and today is a long-awaited and requested video from you guys. As you've seen by the thumbnail, it is a tips and tricks video for you. Now, I was on the leaderboard the other day, however, I have been playing Rebirth Champions Ultimate just to catch up and make some other videos coming very soon that are on screen just now. So I did fall off the leaderboard again. However, today I'm going to give you some very useful tips which I've used and my friend has used for both of us to get on the leaderboard relatively fast. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to point out, obviously having game passes will make everything easier. It's not necessary because if you don't know, there is a free-to-play leaderboard. So anything that I say which can be sped up with game passes doesn't mean that you need them necessarily. Also, before I go into detail in this video, I want to point out on Friday, Bubblegum Simulator Infinity officially releases, and I'm going to be doing a live stream on release. So if you guys want to see that, go ahead, make sure you're subscribed right now so you have a notification when I go live. Also, just when it releases, make sure to search up the channel, and if you want to be extra awesome, you can join the Discord link down below. I'll be hosting 2 Roblox giveaways soon once I hit 2.5 thousand subscribers, plus giveaways on games like Bubblegum Simulator and Rebirth Champions Ultimate. So if you want to play with me when I go live on Bubblegum Sim release, make sure you're in that Discord and subscribe to the channel. So let's just get straight into this video. I just want to point out, none of these tips are particularly in order, so just do them however you see fit and whichever ones you can do first. But first of all, I'm going to mention having specific team loadout. So right here is my DPS team. As you can see, the best thing in my team is nearly 700,000 DPS, with the worst thing being 250,000. Now, I would have a full team of secrets, but as I said, I was playing another game recently. There is a team's icon down the bottom here, so I have a luck team set up for when I'm hatching, which apparently has done nothing for me the past couple of days. But this gives 0.2 times luck for every single unit equipped. So this is 1.2 times luck from this team alone, not including any game passes that I have, which would obviously help. Then I have my damage team down here, so when I'm doing dungeon, I can quickly switch back and forth. And then I have my drop team. Now, the drop team, I highly recommend you get Foxfire if you can get a lot of tokens, which I will give you a very in-depth method of how to gain a lot of tokens in this video. But definitely a drop team would be most useful if you're doing a dungeon with a friend. If your friend's willing to carry for a little bit whilst you're doing something, you can just sit completely AFK in the dungeon because all dungeon drops are now shared. Equip your drop team, and when your friend kills an enemy, you have a very high likelihood of getting drops plus more of them. As an example here, I have 1.5 thousand passive tokens and over 766 eyes, which if you didn't know, I've used over like 1,000 in the past 2 days. So you have my word when I tell you that having a drop team absolutely boosts your drop game substantially. The next tip I'm going to recommend is make sure you're claiming your achievements, like this one I haven't claimed here, and you're obviously trying to stay on top of this. Now, your damage one is only done based on how long you can play the game. This would be completed for me if I wasn't taking breaks. Shiny chance, you want to be maxed out as soon as possible, plus your hatching, you want to just be opening as much as you can to get the best team possible. Dungeons is absolutely top tier. You can get open stars, +1 units, extra shiny luck, etc. You want to be doing as many dungeon quests as possible, and currently I believe room 50 is the highest anyone's ever achieved. If you want an easy way to do dungeons, join my Discord down below. I do personally carry plenty of people to like room 30 on my own, sometimes even room 40. No one, as far as I'm aware, can solo to room 50, but I can still help you out. You can also join the official Anime Kingdom Discord and try and find some grinding servers in there. The next tip I'm going to give you is potion management. Now, as you can see here, I probably have a lot more potions than all of you guys. You do not want to overuse your potions. I'm purely saving these because I don't need them, and I'm not going for yen leaderboard. Luck, I'm saving 100% for the next update. I'm going to do a massive luck opening for you guys. XP, I rarely use because 9 times out of 10, I'm AFKing overnight, so I don't actually need to use that XP boost. I'd only really use this if I'm filming a video. Damage boost and drop boost, you should always be using unanimously, or if you're at my tier in a dungeon, you just want to be using the drop potion. And remember to have your drop team equipped when you're doing this. The next tip I have for you guys, if you press on this purple shop icon over here, and then free crystals, you want to be claiming every single day your free crystals. Now, I have not claimed 2 days because obviously this day here I was away playing a different game, and this day I completely forgot. So this is your daily reminder. Make sure you're claiming your crystals because you can get free game passes, and for me, because I have every game pass in the game, you can buy potion packs. Obviously, tier 1 potions you probably shouldn't buy because you can get them quite easily from dungeons, so you do want to buy potion pack tier 2. So make sure you're claiming your daily crystals. Up next is going to be your material gain. Now, materials are things like the 6 eyes, the flame swords, and the titan shards. You want to be farming as much of these as possible based on the world that you have. If you have a mythical or a secret unit from a previous world, it's probably best you make it shiny and level up for your team because it will still be extremely high damage. Now, the best ways to get drops is actually by doing raids. So for me, for example, I can go into the Curse School raid and completely solo this on my own, it's 100% chance from the boss to get eyes. Now in this example, I'm gonna fight this in the background. When I played this with my best friend, I was letting him do all the damage and I had my drop team on, which allowed me to get a significant amount more drops by the end of it. From killing the boss alone, I got over 100 eyes every single time. And I believe that might have been without the drops potion on as well, which means I could have had even more drops from doing so. So I'm gonna skip to the end of this. Bear in mind I'm not using any boost at all and show you what I get. Okay, as you can see here, we got 45 eyes from that, which isn't bad. That was not including a drops potion and without the team. So you can definitely get about 150 every single time, I promise you. Next up on the tips and tricks, the next tip I'm gonna give you is avatars. Now this only came out literally like 3 days ago. Avatars are a brand new way of getting like a very small boost. So Gojo, I believe, gives yen and drops boost. The Cave Baldi or Saitama gives a 20% damage boost. This does not apply to leaderboard, by the way. The first guy gives a 20% luck boost, and the second guy gives a 0.5 times XP boost, which is 50%, which is actually crazy. You're gonna need that later on, I promise. If you don't know where all the avatars is, this is one of them here. I do show you every single avatar locations on screen right now in this video, so if you do need to find all the avatar locations, go watch this video. I show you every single one of them. But I guarantee you are absolutely going to need the avatars at some point, especially if you take my advice and you have a luck team, a damage team, and a drop team. You're going to need things like Gojo for drops, this first guy here for hatching, Saitama if you're trying to go for a high dungeon raid, and this second guy here if you're going to be hatching overnight and you're going to want to level up a unit. One of my final tips, which isn't necessarily available for everyone, is play with friends or in public servers. Now the only thing is, if you're farming someone like this unit here, you don't want to be farming it with other people because you want to be doing the most damage and getting the most coins, especially if you're low on coins or it's a new update. However, when it comes to raids and dungeons, you want to be doing it with other people because there are shared drops now. There's no reason to be doing them alone. Trust me, it's better doing it with someone else. Another tip that you guys might never have thought of is honestly the shiny machine. Now what I mean by this and the shiny creator is when you get a new unit, particularly a secret or a mythical which you might not normally get, I highly recommend you do not roll overpowered passives on it straight away. For example, if you have 1,500 passive tokens like I do chilling in my inventory here, do not roll for a secret primordial on your secret, because if you go into that shiny machine, 99% chance or lower, I would never risk that, by the way, you could lose your shiny as well as the passive that you gained on it. So if you're gonna roll, I'd only do it maybe 100 tokens at most. I'd probably only roll mythicals. If you get a secret, I'd keep your fingers crossed because there is the chance you're gonna lose the unit. You go into the shiny creator, you place in whatever unit you want to make shiny, you put in 99 eyes, never do any less, and you will have a 99% success rate to shiny that unit. So good luck with that. Anyway guys, that is honestly going to be it for this video. There's not too many tips to cover in this game. Everything's relatively basic. We've covered your teams, how to get certain currencies, avatars, as well as making sure you're doing raids and dungeons with other players. Make sure you're on top of your achievements and you're grinding them and claiming them as much as possible. And when you're shining a unit, make sure you don't roll really expensive passive. Don't be spending 500 tokens on something before you make it shiny, because there's always the chance that you could lose the unit. And always remember to claim your free crystals every single day. This does add up. In fact, I'd even recommend you use alt accounts, because the more crystals you have, the quicker you can buy passes and gift them to yourself if you need them free to play. That is going to be all for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for the support recently. If you've enjoyed this video and it's helped you out, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And remember, Bubblegum Simulator Infinity is coming out in literally a few days of me making this video, so make sure you're staying tuned for that live stream. If you want to be there, comment down below. I hope I can see you guys in there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.